Well, good day. This is Dr. Joe Connor in the Connor Bubble. I want to thank you for watching the program. We have some very special guests in the studio. We're going to be talking about students and how they use the media, particularly as we look toward 2013. We want to give you some positive examples, some role models of what young people are doing here in the Southern California area, specifically in the Pasadena area. We have a good buddy, Josh Sitan, who is the head of StudentDirect.me and the StudentDirect.me Foundation. We're going to be finding out some recent activities that they've been involved in. I want to thank you, Josh, for emceeing the Connor Bubble recently. I appreciate that. Tell us what you've been up to.
Just been really busy prepping for 2013 as far as our media outlet. We really want to, for the incoming semester, have utilize from video to magazines to like any form of literature that we can. We want to make sure it's very trendy, and because we've noticed that a lot of students they love the workshops and what we provide, but to really draw them in, it has to be hip, quick, to the point.
Okay.
So,
talking about involvement with young people. Earlier, you had shared off camera, say a few days ago, you were talking about your successful program with Eagle Rock High School.
Correct, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that. How you got involved with Eagle Rock High School, and what the foundation has to do with Eagle Rock High School.
Eagle Rock High, it's a great school to work with, and they definitely have the numbers as far as being the top schools in LAUSD. So, as far as leadership and what they do, the other schools follow them. And so we were at their ice skating night the other weekend. Some of their advisors thanked us for what we did with the haunted house, and this is something we built from the Battle of the Bands. So last year we did Battle of the Bands. With media, we took it a whole new level, and then with the haunted house, they wanted the same thing. And this time we gave them a budget of $3,000.
When you say we, you're talking about the foundation.
The foundation gave them a budget of $3,000, which I lended to the foundation. So.
Okay.
So I gave the foundation $3,000 to give to them, but basically they got this grant from the foundation, and with that they were able to we were able to do a lot more media, because last year's budget was $1 for the haunted house, and I think media is a big impact because we leveraged
You say
that.
The budget, you mean that's the ticket price was $1?
No, their actual budget was $1 for the haunted house.
A whole dollar?
Yes. Yeah. Whereas this year was $3,000.
Okay, very good.
So we did a lot more posters and flyers and the big posters.
Okay.
A lot more advertisement.
Well, what was the results? How did it work out?
The first year they made about $3,000.
Okay.
And then this year their budget was more than what they made last year, and they made well over 10 grand. In one night, tickets were $4, and besides the 10,000 that they made, we actually brought production value of about 20,000, because it was 3,000 cash, 4,000 of props, another 5 grand of like equipment from Universal. So we had like startup capital, about 10,000 plus, and then the students. There was a lot of students working on this project, over 100. So think about all the labor involved in that too. So it was pretty well done.
Now I met some of them a couple of times, and I was quite impressed with the scholarship and the professionalism of all the students. But you also mentioned about leveraging. The foundation has a philosophy of leveraging your investments. How does that work?
Yeah, so they had a goal of 80 grand, and what we wanted to do was, with this one event, how much could we raise and leverage that money with our media outlet and everything else we do, leverage that money to make more events.
Right.
And we don't want to do every event with the school, because that wouldn't be scalable. So we picked 2 events: Battle of the Bands, haunted house, for this high school. And already their financial officer told me that they already raised well over 40 grand, and that was before the ice skating night. And I know you and like Lorenzo, Howie, we were at the ice skating night, and it was packed, like fully packed. So I'm pretty sure now they're probably like well over 40 grand.
And interesting. Yeah. So that leverage approach, you're going to be using that again, I take it.
Yeah, with multiple schools, and the school already asked us to do another big event with them. So
now the money that raised the $40,000, what's going to happen to that money?
The idea is it goes to senior class. So once we hit the $80,000, we'll create a scholarship approach where every senior could ask up to $200
Okay.
of that 80 grand. So that way they don't have to pay their senior dues, which is a requirement to graduate high school, for this school specifically.
They have to pay student dues?
From what I understand, for them to graduate the high school, senior dues is a requirement, and it covers the expense of being a senior, but what it's so difficult is you don't have a choice anymore. You have to pay the $200. You have to get all these things you don't even care for,
Right.
but it's part of the whole packaging. And we thought that if these students, these leaders wanted to raise money, and that's how they want to use it, why not? And I'm surprised. It's only December, and they're already at 40,000 plus.
Interesting.
So I'm pretty sure we'll hit $80,000 before this semester's done, school's
Okay.
done, and they'll get their scholarships.
Well, that sounds impressive because I really I've always admired your efforts and your entrepreneurship. And the more I hear about your foundation and all the different things, I'm quite impressed. I'm looking forward to having you come back again in 2013 and have some updates. Tell us about some of your colleagues that you invited to the studio today.
Yeah, to the right of me is Howie Cruz, and he's been involved from the beginning as far as the haunted house, and started as a volunteer and worked his way up, and he could tell you more about himself. And then
Okay.
and then there's also Lorenzo. He's been on the show once before, and he deals with the PR,
Okay.
and he's definitely moved up the ranks at his school. And then Jonathan is an associate of ours through the Dance Forum, theater outreach, and he's going to be more involved with the film production side of things.
All right, excellent. I'm looking forward to hearing what you gentlemen have done. Off camera, Howard, you're talking about Minnesota, and you
That's
call
right.
what's give us a little bit of update on Minnesota and how you got involved all the way from Minnesota to Pasadena.
Well, let's just say Minnesota is not the most desirable place to be at this time of year.
Okay.
As far as my time spent there, I have recently just graduated from a school up north, and I got an associate's in broadcasting, which my counterparts here are well aware of.
Right.
And with this experience under my belt, I have become more accustomed to what they do as far as media publication. Because I have this experience, I'm well aware, and I do whatever I utilize whatever I learned there and try to apply it to what we do here at Student Direct.
Do you have a specialty that you want to share your expertise for Student Direct? What is your passion?
My passion, I'm a singer. I do voiceover work. Basically anything I can do with my voice.
Right. Can you give us an example of something that you've done?
Something I've done in the past, you can check out some of my stuff. I have stuff on Facebook, on YouTube. I've done commercials in the past, and also I'm trying to kickstart my singing career. As of now, I have a concert tomorrow for those of you who want to check it out. It's at the Sweet Station Factory in Eagle Rock, California, and it's going to air it's not going to air, but it's going to be from 7 to 7:15. So for those of you interested, feel free
Well,
to come
tell
check
us.
it out.
I want to hear. I like your voice. I want to hear. Give me some. Give me an example so we can let the audience see what StudentDirect.me is bringing to the world.
Sure thing, Joe Connor. Now, from the current date, December 13th, to the end of the year, we have. Sorry, let me find my bearings here. Student Direct is hosting a masquerade. It is going to fall at the end of the year sometime, so come on down, try a look. We will be there, or we will be squared. That's the best I can do.
I tell you, it is
That's such
difficult.
short notice.
It's difficult
Truly
right
is.
on when you're on the spot like
Yes.
that. But your desire is to bring more young people in the media, correct?
That's right.
What would if you were talking to a young person right now, one-on-one, and they had an interest in getting involved with the media? What could you tell them that StudentDirect.me could do for them? What would you tell them?
It's definitely a great tool because it will expand their horizons. They will be part of something greater than just by tackling it by themselves, but alone, by their lonesome. Right? We have a great number of resources at Student Direct. Also, we're friendly to newcomers, and we will welcome them with open arms, and whatever questions they might have,
Okay.
we will answer.
So it's good for a person just starting out in their
Definitely.
interest. Okay.
And
that's good.
it's great to put slap down on your resume.
Okay.
It's a huge bonus when going out there and finding work
Okay, very good.
outside of school.
All right. Well, Lorenzo, welcome to the Connor Bubble.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about you're interested in PR. Is that correct?
Yeah, I happen to fall into student direct for good promotion. Plus, I have a lot of pull at my school, and I know a lot of people, and I'm a talker.
Okay. And what school is that?
PCC College.
Pasadena City College.
That's right.
I
That's
know
me.
a little bit about that school. Tell me, how did you get involved with StudentDirect.me?
Well, I got into student direct through Howie, the guy with the awesome voice.
Okay.
And from there, I connected with Ethan and let him know what I do, and
Okay.
and I go to college and all that great stuff.
Okay. So what's your vision for yourself in terms of how do you see leveraging your interests with working with StudentDirect.me? How do you see that benefiting you?
Well, I'm an actor and a singer, and I do stuff all the time.
Can I put you on the spot like I put Howard on?
I
the
don't
spot?
know if it'll come out as great as Howard over there, but I don't
Mine
know.
was a train wreck. You can do a lot better.
Ted, give us a little thing because we want to give you a chance to showcase your acapella voice or whatever you want to do.
I don't know about that. Not right
Go
now.
for it.
Maybe next time.
Next time, okay. We'll make sure that next time we won't let you get away. But now, what about mentoring? How are you mentored, or how do you see your StudentDirect.me offering you a chance to mentor young people?
Well, everybody has talent. Everybody has is able to do something. All we got to do is encourage, and I'm sure that we can guide them in the right direction for Student Direct. If you have a talent, we're going to help you embrace it.
Okay.
If it's your personality you need worked on, or your people skills to
Right.
talk to people,
Right.
or to just be able to do what you want to do. Anything that you want to do, we can try to help you out, because
Okay.
there's plenty of people with personality in Student Direct.
No, that's a very good point. So there's Josh. Back to you. Now, have you got an estimate of how many students are involved with Student Direct? Now, just a range or something, get a rough idea.
Right now, we're going through all the, Howie and I are working on our first publication, the magazine.
Right.
So we're going to start having fact sheets as far as how we're growing and where we're growing. And what we're having problem with the board is we don't know how to identify the numbers, because there's a lot of people who support Student Direct.
Right.
And there's a lot more who benefit from our services. And so as far as for me, like, I know who are the officers at each school, and the numbers, we maybe have about 150 students or officers, leadership.
Okay. Now, wait a minute. You have 100 and some officers.
Yeah, like Student Direct chapter leadership
No,
officers.
so how many chapters you guys got?
We only have a few, like about a little bit over 10, but
10 chapters. Okay.
because what we changed now is from being beta, we're trying to have alpha chapters. So we have a lot more student reps at different schools. We have a lot more pool in more schools. But as far as when I say chapters, I mean like an organized group of students with
Right.
leadership and with a set of advisors, a budget. So it's a smaller number than previous times we talked, but it's a more efficient number. It's we could do a lot more with those chapters.
Which schools are you in right now?
At the top of my head, the ones I work with closely is Glendale College, Pasadena City College, Cal State LA, really big with Cal State LA, Eagle Rock High School, Woodbury University. There's also USC, UCLA, and then now we're trying to open an extension with Occidental College as well.
Very good. That's quite impressive to
Yeah.
be able to have that level of organization and keep track of it.
But it's really hard because we do a lot of things with school districts. So
Right.
even though we don't have chapters at every school we work with, we know that the districts we are involved with, they have a lot of students. So it's
Right.
I can't give you an actual number, but once we start having the magazine, we'll do a better job tracking who are our supporters versus our subscribers versus who we work with versus the officers.
All right.
But we're not that organized right now.
Well, that's all right. It's a lot better than most young people when you think about the level of organization and the depth and the leveraging going from $3,000 investment in Eagle Rock, got 10,000 was raised, and that's already leveraged. This is no December, and it went from 10,000 to over $40,000. I mean, that level of growth, you know, if you did on percentage wise,
Yeah.
you know, like in the stock market, that's phenomenal
Well,
in terms of
those kids are amazing. That's why I mean, we choose carefully who we want to invest in and what schools we want to work with first, because it's all about how to scale everything. So
I think it's a good word, invest in young people, and that's what this program is all about. And talking about how I'm impressed with what StudentDirect.me is doing, and how I see that as a role model for other young people to get involved. Okay, well then let's have our silent guest over here. I hear that you're a dancer, right?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what you do.
I mostly dance for fun
Okay.
because I enjoy it. I've done folk dancing with my mom, so I know I've learned a lot of dances from
So Jonathan, your mom is she's local?
Yeah. Well, we come from Ridgecrest,
Okay,
Which
tell us where
is-
that is.
which is, if you know where Bakersfield is,
Right.
it's about 2 hours away from there.
Oh, okay. All right. So folk dance. Your family is involved with folk dance and stuff.
We were involved. With,
Okay. Tell us what your vision is for yourself, and then also how StudentDirect.me is helping you, and how that plays out for 2013. You think for helping young people?
I have an idea to be an entrepreneur. I want to own my own business,
Okay.
and right now I'm going through college, and I'm about to finish my electrical program to be an electrician.
Okay.
And I finish that next semester, which is spring 2013, so I can go out and work. And I eventually hope to start my own business.
All right, very good. Now, if you were advising Howard, I asked him the same kind of thing. When you wanted to tell the young people, why would they get involved, say specifically dance? Why would they want to get involved with StudentDirect.me, and how would that help them a person who wants to be a dancer, a young person? What benefit is that?
Well, it's like networking. Networking is very important to have a set of contacts to help you to get to places faster
Okay.
instead of getting through on your own. You know, it's like it takes longer for you to working by yourself.
Okay.
But if you know people who can help you out.
Yeah, well, that synergy that you're alluding to, I think is very good, and that's why I'm always impressed with Josh. He's always have these dynamic young people, men and women, involved in mentoring them and encouraging them, and being positive about the whole thing. Who would like to share with us? What do you see for 2013? What's your hope for 2000? Any one of you? What do you see in 2013? What's it like for you?
Well, I feel like Student Direct will get bigger. It will be bigger because we're going to do this calendar. We're going to have a magazine. And once people figure out we're doing this, everybody's going to want to get involved. It's like a magazine. I do a little modeling. Yeah, I do a little acting. I do this. I'm part of the school. We're going to do one for the school, and we're going to do like the magazine. Of course, who would want to be a part of that?
Now you are involved with PR, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, from a PR standpoint, how are you going to let young people know that?
Well, basically, half of my friends are performers, and they model and they act and they sing, and plus they do a lot of stuff like that, like magazine shoots and stuff like that. You know, I have a lot of friends that do a lot of modeling and stuff, so they would love it. They would just practically jump for it because, you know, I've talked to them and mentioned an upcoming thing about a magazine or modeling. Let me know. That's what they say, and they say, okay, let me know, and I will do it. And so I feel like, you know, this could be, they can get their friends, and they can, whoever models or a part of a school club or anything, they would want to join it. That way, you know, they can get themselves out there, and then more people will join, and it'll just get bigger and bigger. Student Direct will just be known for schools all over.
Speaking about being known, how would people get in contact with StudentDirect.me?
if you want, we have a Facebook fan page, and we'll be releasing new photos with our watermarks and our branding. So it's a new direction for us where in the past we worked with a lot of photographers, promoted them, had their watermark, but now we're gonna have, besides our candid shots of what's going on in the community, we're going to have watermarks. Our Facebook page is a great way to connect with us because it kind of gives you an idea of what we're doing in different chapters.
If they wanted to access you through Facebook, how would they?
Right now, the domain name studentdirect.me is forwarded to the fan page.
Okay.
So studentdirect.me, that would be the best way. And then you can also go to our official site for if you want to join the organization as a community leader or as a student leader. It's mystudentdirect.org.
We forever go on the page, so it will be not hard to find the person who wants to join Student Direct.
Okay.
And plus, we put our numbers out there and our emails, and we talk to people. We network a lot, so it's like it would not be that hard to get a part of it.
Okay. So it's easy access to get involved using the
Yeah.
media. And so, what forms of media are you envisioning working with? I know the magazine, I know Facebook, and you had mentioned previously some other forms as well. What are some of the other?
The production division, they gave me a report that they're working on the orientation material, which is great because now they're going to have, when you go to a workshop or to a meeting that's Student Direct, you're going to have a video, a pretty girl or a pretty guy, or maybe both, talking about the next event, or
Okay.
talking about the how to recruit students as members, or how to get student leaders, or how to get donors. Whatever we do in our manuals, we're going to have videos that does the same thing. So that's going to be great because that's more dynamic, and it's going to be formatted for our generation. So it's going to be done where they're going to get it. And
Okay.
besides the videos, we're also going to do a talk show series called What's Happening Student Direct. So that's going to be really, and we got the idea from your show because when we did that from your segment last time, we got a lot of good feedback where they wanted us to do a show like that, but much more with our branding and about, more consistently.
And I think that's the organic way for programs to grow. You start off, with a simple thing like that on substituting for me on the episode, and then people give you good feedback, and then it grows. And who knows, like you were saying, Lorenzo, that it's going to be big. And it's going to just be natural, like you were alluding to, word of mouth.
We have a lot of
and
personality in Student Direct. It would just be too natural.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, when you guys get big and famous, you don't forget about me.
Of course, we'll always come here and get an interview.
Yeah, well, then, hey, bring me along with you. I carry bags too,
And
man.
plus, we have a lot of events where we have free food and
Yeah.
like the dance we had. Was it Friday?
It was Wednesday.
Wednesday. It was a school dance, and
Yeah,
it
it was
was
great.
like food and salsa night, and just like a bunch of
Okay.
personalities. And
Yeah, I mean, the strategy is simple. You'll see the magazine, you'll see the videos, you see the talk show, you have the Facebook page. We're very involved on
Okay.
Facebook as well as via email, and we have more than enough mixers that involves dance and music and just anything that deals with performance. So you have an opportunity to meet with us in person.
Okay.
So that's kind of like how it is, not just at the foundation, but for every component, to the chapters, to the high
Okay.
school. It's really good.
So if you wanted to have people donate to your foundation, what would you tell them?
At this stage, we rather have people come to an event
Okay.
and get to learn more about the organization and what we're trying to do in the community, volunteer their time, because we feel that we rather have a donor that's consistent to our mission, that really believes in the vision and wants to be a part of the journey. So we're not really doing donors campaign just randomly right now.
Right.
We don't think that we're at that stage. We're more trying to find
Targeting.
strategic donors
Okay. Very
first
good.
before we go to the public to come support us. Now, we do ask the public to come to our events,
Right.
and that does help us raise funds and things we do, but it's all a good time.
I think showing up is payment enough. you
Yeah.
know.
basically.
We're just trying to get the word out at this point. I mean, we take a couple bucks, but it's not. There's a certain way we're going about this.
Okay.
You're not
Well, you
gonna
guys have a
say-
strategic plan
That's right.
on how you want to do that. But I think that's a sign of maturity. We've been talking for, 4 or 5 years now?
Yeah, it's
about
been a-
this?
yeah.
It's been a little while about the different things, and I've seen how it's evolved over time. As we get ready to wrap up this particular segment, tell us again how people can get in contact with StudentDirect.me.
You could either via studentdirect.me, the actual domain name, studentdirect.me, or mystudentdirect.org, And as far as our online edition of the magazine, mystudentdirect.com.
Okay.
So it's, .me, .com,
The
.org.
online edition of the magazine, we're currently underway. It's under construction, but I'm guessing at this point, the pace we're going, it'll be up sometime in January, sometime later this month, or early on next year.
Okay, but then what we'd like to do is maybe launch, come in the program in January, our first program of the new year, have you guys come back, whomever you like, and then we can showcase start off 2013 with your magazine, because it'd be a good way to celebrate young people. The president's going to have his inauguration around that time, and so a lot of different things are going to be happening, and we want to encourage young people to take a leadership role in the direction of not only the city, the region, and the nation, and the world. And that's what I want to do with this program, to give you guys a forum for that. Any final words you'd like to encourage the viewers? Anything you'd like to say, gentlemen?
There's always hope, It's like always be optimistic,
Okay.
but realist at the same time.
Okay.
Exactly.
Very
Just
good.
come out, try a look, come to one of our events, see if you like it,
Yeah.
and you can always talk to us firsthand in person. We'll be glad to lead you in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, we're really excited about 2013. It's just, there's so much going on for December and January that we don't want to say too much. We want to just show it.
Okay.
So we've matured, basically. The excitement's still there. We're just being very conservative.
Okay.
Well, in the new year, we'll probably have way more talent, and we'll be way more outgoing. And
Okay.
Student Direct will probably be way bigger by the time we come back to
Yeah.
this
Well, we
great
want to encourage you
interview.
again, because we need more leadership and more young people. And I think that the networking that you're saying, knowing people, I think that's really what it's all about. Well, this is Dr. Joe Conner. We have some very special guests from StudentDirect.me talking about leadership role, how the media is playing an important part of these young people's future, and where they see the hope for the nation. And we hopefully next time we have the Conner Bubble, we have a chance to give you an update on their magazine. Thank you very much for watching, and you have a fantastic day.